Live, it's the Bison Football Show. Valley News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Kleiman.
Another emotional senior day for the North Dakota State football team. 20 seniors were honored, got the crowd cranked up, got the team cranked up, and the Bison went out and demolished South Dakota 49-14. Head coach Chris Kleiman joins us on set. And coach, every team has its own identity. What was the identity of this 20 group of seniors?
Well, they started with me as far as my first years coaching as being the head coach. Those guys were all redshirt freshmen for the most part, and so special bond with those guys. They've given a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the last 4 and 5 years, and so happy they were able to go out on senior day with a really emphatic win over a good South Dakota team.
Yeah, the team must have really responded during the week. Was the week of practice great? Because coming off a loss and facing a top 10 team, this was a tough week, wasn't it?
It really was, and South Dakota's backs were against the wall too, and they were playing essentially for a share of the conference championship as well. And so we had a great week of practice, and we challenged the guys to just win each day throughout the week, and it'll give us an opportunity to win on Saturday. And then it was just going to be tough to beat the Bison after a loss on senior day with the 20 seniors we have and the 23 or so juniors we have. That's a veteran group that wasn't going to be denied.
Yeah, you're right. Timing is everything, and South Dakota had bad timing. Bad week to play the Bison. Let's roll the tape here in the first half, and USD won the toss, took the ball, they marched. I'll tell you what, this Chris Strevler kid's a football player.
He's an excellent player. We knew it going in. This was our biggest fear, is to make sure that he had to throw the ball to beat us, which he's good enough to do that, but we couldn't have him run to beat us, and he did a nice job in this first drive. He really did, saw some things and made some completions, made some runs, and he's such a strong kid downfield, hard to bring down.
He's faster than he looks, too. He really single-handedly put this drive into the end zone.
Yeah, he really did, and we changed after this drive a lot of our rush lanes, because in general our coverage was really good, but he just had some rush lanes, so we changed that after the first drive.
It was a day of explosive plays for the Bison, and those are so valuable.
Yeah, great read here by Easton and RJ, and the corner sat, and we threw it behind the corner, and you're right, we needed to make some explosive plays. The time of possession probably wasn't a real good indicator because we had so many explosive plays.
Yeah, Dimitri had a good first half. Dimitri Williams.
Dimitri played really well. We lost Shep in the first drive, and so Dimitri had to step up in that slot position, and we knew he could, and he had a great day.
Ty Brooks is a lightning bolt.
Yeah, he can fly, and once he gets the edge, there's not many people that are going to catch him.
Well, the Coyotes were pretty good on third down in this game, as the game is tied at 7 now. 3rd and 3 on this one. They get 34 here.
Yeah, a great hit on the quarterback and a 50-50 ball, and their guy goes up and makes a really nice play.
Really, at this point, though, you started to get some heat on Strevler a little bit, make it tough on him.
Yeah, it's something we felt like we had to do, is we had to get some hits on him, maybe force some early throws. We ended up getting a couple intentional groundings, and so a really good job by Coach Ince and the defensive staff of dialing up some blitz on him.
Tough field position, but a good play by Dimitri.
What a great play. He had a chance to get tackled for loss and ends up breaking for about 20 yards.
And this is the Dimitri Williams drive, another explosive play, a big one here, 77 yards.
Yeah, great job by Easton of buying time and making sure he knew where he was at, and Dimitri finding a way to get open and really good over-the-shoulder catch, and then doing something after the catch, doing a great job of getting a big play for us.
That catch was tougher than it looks, believe me. And Bruce Anderson finishes this off. It's 14-7 at this point. A lot of offense early here.
Yeah, a lot of offense. Great job by the Rams up front. Good job by Bruce getting that big touchdown, get us a lead.
Here comes Code Green again. Stanley Jones, the kid out of Bismarck, demolishes the Coyote left tackle.
Yeah, great job by Stanley, and he's playing at a high level. And we rotated. It was like a hockey game. We were rotating defensive linemen as much as we could.
Second quarter here, tough field position again, but this is a really good play call.
Yeah, a really good double screen call, and RJ catches it and makes another explosive play and flips that field position.
Good day for the tight ends. Connor Wentz gets out in open space and rumbles.
Yeah, he really does. Great job blocking downfield. Look at Ilias doing a great job downfield blocking for his partner in Connor Wentz, and those two guys had great games on senior day.
Well, how about the true freshman? My goodness, this run by Seth Wilson, very impressive.
Yeah, I was so happy for him. Makes 2 or 3 guys miss. A strong finish at the end of the run and gets in the end zone, and everybody else was really excited for him too. And you can see Ty Brooks, you can see how excited he is for him. Happy for Seth.
They were actually good on third down, as I mentioned. This is a 3rd and 5. They get 32 here.
Yeah, we just lose contain, and something that we had to get squared away at halftime, which we did, of trying to keep him in the pocket and let our blitz take care of it.
They get one in the end zone here. Watch Strevler, the power of this kid. He's strong.
Yeah, he comes inside and bounces off some guys, and he's just a physical kid at 225 or 30 pounds and tough to bring down.
21-14 at this point, but Ty Brooks, my goodness, he's like a race car out in the open field.
Yeah, and great blocks. We're cutting guys down, great blocks, and then once again he catches the edge, and good job by RJ leading him into the end zone, and really good blocking by the Rams and by the tight ends, the crew chiefs. It was great to see.
Yeah, 28-14 at this point. Here come the Coyotes again, though. They get 11 on a pass here. They're going to get a 10-yard gain coming up, so they kept coming. They're battlers.
They did. This was such a critical series for us to try to keep them out of there, try to keep that 2-score lead going into halftime. We didn't give up an explosive play. Like you said, the 11 and 10-yard gains. Yep. Here's a great play by Robbie Grimsley. That's a veteran safety. That's an all-conference, all-American type player that goes and makes a big play to keep him out of the end zone before half. You're
right. Their chunks weren't much. 10, 11 on that drive. They just didn't have explosive plays, and the Bison did. Might have been the difference in the game. The halftime score, 28-14 on our Nodak Insurance scoreboard. Total yards, lots of offense. The Bison already almost at 400 at halftime. Third down conversions. The USD did have a nice half there. The Bison, just 2 of 3, weren't in third down a ton. Before we get to the second half, on the Gate City Bank hot seat, senior Trey Dempsey. Trey, what is the most enjoyable thing you did this past summer?
I went to Crystal, North Dakota on a potato farm with Thomas Shepard and his family, somebody I know from the FCA group, and rode tractors. I drove one, shot some shotguns, saw the Northern Lights. Wow. Stuff that I've never done being from Florida.
That's cool. Okay, you're from Lakeland, Florida. Tell us something cool about your hometown.
Something cool about my hometown is the Lakeland Dreadnoughts, my high school. Black and orange and white, and best program in the nation with head coach Bill Castle was really great.
Powerhouse, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, when it comes to phone usage, you like to text or talk more?
I like to FaceTime. I like to talk face-to-face, get some facial expressions out of whoever I'm talking to, see what they really talking about with their face.
All right, a fan question for you. If you had to give up movies or video games, what would you give up?
Man, I love watching movies.
You like video games,
I have to give them up, though. I love playing FIFA and 2K, and all my teammates, we have FIFA tournaments. All we do is trash talk on our free time, so I have to give up the movies.
All right, if you got $10 million today, what would you buy first?
Probably invest it, buy some companies.
There you go, a
Get
smart move.
some more money.
What makes a great leader?
What makes a great leader? A servant leader. Somebody that's not only doing it for themselves, doing it for their teammates, and somebody that does it out of love and not just for themselves. So,
all right, you've been around a while now. What does the tradition of Bison football mean to you now?
Being a Bison, basically what you're asking. I know it, but it's so hard to put into one sentence or words. I would say having a genuine appreciation for the people of the program and the things that they do, and doing things the right way.
All right, thanks, Trey.
Yes, sir.
Good job. What'd you talk about at halftime, up 2 scores?
Well, offensively, what don't you like? Because everything was working, and just continue to keep the foot on the gas. And then defensively, we just changed how we were going to attack the rush lanes and try to maybe keep somebody at the line of scrimmage and try to track him down, because our coverage was really good. And so we felt good going into half, but we knew we had to make some adjustments and come out with a great second half.
Let's roll the tape in the second half here. I thought this was a big moment in the game because the Bison got the ball, had a quick 3 and out, so big moment for the D, needed a stop. Jalen Allison on a corner blitz here.
Yeah, a really good call by Coach Ince, and a great job by Jalen running through the contact and getting a big sack. You're right, they had good field position, and we were able to stop them.
Senior Jeff Ilias, 46 yards, another big play.
Really good read by Easton. We'd kind of been waiting for them to play this coverage, and we could get the play called, and I know the guys up in the box were excited when we saw the coverage, and big play for us.
Look at Ty Brooks in traffic. Looks like 4 guys have an angle on him here.
He's just so quick and explosive, and it's hard to bring down with an arm tackle. So that was a big score to get up 3 scores now.
Wow, impressive, Ty. 35-14. Strevler wasn't about to quit. He's a really tough kid, kept battling.
Yeah, he really did, and it was one of those things where they were going to make some yards. We just couldn't give them a big play.
He goes for 17 here on this next play, but on this drive, though, you force him into a 4th down, and that happened a lot in this game.
Yeah, we knew they were going to be in 4-down territory, not only because of the score, but they just played a lot of 4-down offense throughout the year.
Yeah, they don't really have a field goal kicker. Not that they were in field goal range here, but these 4th downs, they had to go for them.
Great play by Marquise Bridges, getting over the top of the pick route and knocking the ball away.
Here comes the senior from Lidgerwood again.
Well, we'd run the jet sweep with Dimitri, and they bid on it, and sure enough, Easton found Ilias outside for a big game.
Easton Stick is going to finish this drive off with the keeper. Great emotion there by Ilias. It's 42-14 when Easton finds the end zone.
Good read by Easton. Good block there by Jens and Jeff. And you can tell, you're right, great emotion. These seniors wanted this win.
No doubt. Strevler again making plays. Really, he was their lone bright spot, and he played the whole game, took some beatings. This was a 3rd and 10 play.
Yeah, he does a great job of buying some extra time and flipping it out there. And once again, that's a 10-yard gain, and we're not losing the game on some of those. And great players are going to make really good plays.
4th quarter. Now this is another 4th down play.
Another 4th down, get some pressure on him. Good coverage by Jabril Cox. He's covering a tight end in the slot and does a really good job.
Back to the offense, and let's cut the Fargo South kid loose one more time.
Yeah, we've got everything going from the jet sweep to our Batman series throwing the ball. Now we just hand it to Ty. Everybody's running towards the other way, and he's off to the races again.
Senior Connor Wentz, boy, he's had a great career.
Yeah, this is similar to the play we threw last week to Connor. We thought we could get it again, and sure enough, he blocks the corner and then slips into the end zone for a big touchdown.
Really working the clock at this point. You want to keep the clock moving. You rush the ball 46 times for 345. My goodness.
Well, we thought we needed to get 250 yards rushing, and we almost got 100 yards more than that, but you hit it on the head. 46 rush attempts usually is a really good day for the Bison offense.
Another South Dakota drive here. They get a couple of 3rd downs, but again on this drive, 25 for Strevler here. Just the kid is unbelievable.
He really is. Great play by Josh Hayes, a true freshman that was able to play for us in the 4th quarter, doing some really good things.
They get 10 on a 3rd and 2 here, but this is another drive where you force them into 4th down. They have to go for it. They're chasing points, obviously down 49-14.
Yeah, and once again, we find a way to get a stop and really good pressure again, and they've got to dump it off a little bit too early, and we get off in another series.
Let's talk about Seth Wilson. We're going to show 2 plays to end the game here. Seth goes for 17 and 8. Boy, has a bright future.
Yeah, great job by the Rams up front. Good job by Malstrom and Robbins blocking all day as well, and get another big run and just running the clock out.
Little burst. He has a little burst in traffic, doesn't he?
He sure does. He does a really good job, and he's learning more and more of our offense. He's got great quicks, and he's a powerful runner.
Yeah, there's no question. This was just an impressive, dominating performance by the Bison on our Nodak Insurance scoreboard, 49-14. Look at that offense, 647 yards. USD actually got 419. There was 1,000 yards of offense in the game. Time of possession, the Bison won that handily. Actually, USD had it for 26 minutes, and they ran 85 plays. They only got 14 points. They averaged over 40 points coming in. You held them to 14 points. That is so impressive. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
Today was just a surreal feeling coming out of that tunnel by myself with Coach Kleiman. It went fast, that's for sure, ready for the rest of the year.
He's a really athletic quarterback, probably one of the more aggressive quarterbacks too. Most quarterbacks want to just slide when they get a hand on him. He want to outrun you or try to run you over.
Coach Mess, watching film with him and just in meetings, we knew we were going to be able to run the ball. And that's what we did today, came out and just executed the plays that we had. So,
I feel like our coaches came up with a great game plan to contain him and try to keep him in the pocket. Even though he escaped a couple times, I feel like we did a great job containing the quarterback today with his ability.
Shout out to the O-line. I feel like they put me in a good position to just get out in space and then just turn on the burners and get some yards for us.
Part of the tradition that was handed down from players to us, like Coach Shep, T-Row, just winning, that winning legacy, and that's what we trying to do. And we're trying to own it, so we got to win this one next week.
Trey's been a great Bison. Well, the Nodak Insurance player of the game was quarterback Easton Stick. Stick had some pressure on him coming off a loss and being down in this one 7-0 before he even touched the football, but he delivered in a big way. He was nearly perfect throwing, was 11 for 12 for 307 yards, rushed it 7 times for 39 yards. It was just what the doctor ordered.
It's a team game, it ain't a personal game. And the goal was to come out and win the next one, and especially being senior day, understanding what was on the line with the conference and things like that. We wanted to come out and execute, and coaches put together a really good plan, and the seniors led us all week, and so it was fun to come out and play the way we did.
Easton was great, wasn't he?
He was phenomenal, and had a great week of practice, great week of preparation, and you know, we talk about the seniors. The juniors, sophomores, and freshmen weren't going to let those seniors be denied. They were going to make sure they get those guys a W.
Well, Ty Brooks had a case for player of the game as well. Let's talk about him a little bit. And we brought up some of his high school video. I wanted to see what you guys saw from him at the high school level that really elevated the recruiting process with Ty, because there were other good players on a terrific Fargo South team, but you guys identified Ty early.
We did. We loved his quickness, loved his acceleration. He was a track kid, so we knew he had legit speed. We knew he was a guy that was going to have his best football in front of him, because I don't know what he weighed in high school, but it wasn't a whole lot. It was maybe 150, 55 pounds, and we thought if we could get him to the 180-pound range or so, he could be a durable guy that could be an impact running back. We started him as defensive back, not sure where he was going to be, but once you saw him running around on scout team and stuff as a freshman, we're like, boy, that kid's a running back.
6 games, 42 carries, 431 yards. He's averaging 10 yards a carry, folks, 6 touchdowns. He's even returned 3 kicks and averaged 28 on those. He's just a tremendous electric player.
He really is, and a really humble guy, too. I'm excited for him. He was excited for Seth Wilson.
Yep.
Bruce is excited for him. We have a good running back room. You lose Lance, and other guys have to step up, and we're gaining some more depth there, which is crucial going down the stretch.
Great job, Ty. Keep it up. Hey, we did have some more injuries in this game. Austin Kunert, a big one. Also, Darius Shepard went down with a hamstring early. Kunert's is a knee, and Dom Davis has a groin injury. What do you know about these guys?
Yeah, we'll find out more about all 3 of them. Kunert obviously had a knee injury, so we're going to kind of hold out on that till we find out more either today or most likely Monday. Shep and Dom have some leg injuries that we're hoping in the next couple weeks to see how we respond. You just never know till you get to Monday or Tuesday of this next week, but all 3 really critical players for us.
No doubt. Moving forward, quick look at the standings. Boy, the Bison have an unbelievable opportunity to win an outright Valley title. Coach, it's hard to win an outright title in this conference with just all the parity. You look at the opportunity that lies ahead, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is, and we have to do it on the road, and we've held serve at home, and now we have to go find a way to win against a really good Illinois State team that needs to win to make the playoffs. And so even though they're 4-3 and 6-4, they have an opportunity to win and probably make the playoffs. So it'll be a big challenge for us.
No doubt. It's going to be a fun week. Hey, the Custer's family, you saw the story, the Dutch Destroyer with Carson Wentz. They were in town this weekend, and we caught up with them. Stay with us. We'll have a story. Welcome back to the show. Carson Wentz is impacting people through his play and his big heart these days. The Custers from Delaware were impacted by Wentz during a time when they lost their son to illness. The Philadelphia Eagles have embraced them, and because Carson is a Bison, Bison Nation embraced them as well. Local businesses brought the Custers to Fargo this weekend, and they got a big bear hug from the state of North Dakota. Alex Egan has this week's Olaf Anderson Construction feature story.
The bond between Carson Wentz and the Custers family is strong. After Carson fulfilled the wish of Lucas Custers this past summer, a story on ESPN showcased the relationship between the two. And some in the Fargo community wanted to help.
One of the great things about, I think, Fargo, one of the great things about North Dakota State, the athletics program, the community, is that I think the community absolutely rallies around people, crisis situations like that. And so when the opportunity was presented to us by Gateway Chevrolet and Heartland Chevy dealers for the opportunity to bring them in here, it was something that we jumped at, just an opportunity for us to be a small part of hopefully having a really good impact and providing a great experience for a family during a really tough time.
After checking with Carson, the Custers family made their first trip to Fargo to witness what Bison pride is in person.
To be able to share a little bit of that with a family from the East Coast who's never experienced before, that is going through a tough time, to be able to show them what Midwest hospitality is all about. Obviously show them what Bison football is all about, but the Fargo community, more importantly, is that something I think our fan base, I think the community is really going to embrace, and something that they're proud of, to be able to show off a little bit of what we have here to the rest of the country.
It's just surreal. It feels wonderful to be in the place that he played, and we've been so welcomed by everyone here, and it appears that we know where he gets it from.
The Custer's family has been overwhelmed with support. They've been selling Dutch Destroyer wristbands, just like the one Lucas gave to Carson, that Carson still wears, raising over $200,000, including 9,000 wristbands bought and given away in Saturday's game.
One of the best things about this community is I think how compassionate people are, and how much they care about other people. And you don't get that everywhere. You know, sometimes places you're so wrapped up in what's going on in your own world. And we've seen it time and time again in Fargo, North Dakota, just how much people care.
And Lucas's mom, Rebecca, says she knows Lucas is watching down.
I think he would just be so honored and so proud of the support that we've seen.
For the Bison Football Show, I'm Alex Egan.
Pretty cool effort by our fans and by business folks in the community here, and by NDSU Athletics to bring that family here and further that story that Carson started. Yeah, it was great for those people to come out and see how it all started for Carson, and I know a bunch of people in the athletic department really enjoyed their time, and the people in the community, and so happy they were able to come out and experience it. Yeah, they had a great time. Hey, the Bison won a recruiting battle in Wyoming last year. In this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, we meet Lane Tucker, who dominated Wyoming high school football and is now redshirting for the Bison. He played defensive end in high school, but the Bison are bulking him up and moving him inside. So how did he get interested in the Bison, you ask? Well, social media played a role.
I'm from Wyoming, so, you know, football in Wyoming is not the best football, and I don't get a lot of recognition from where I'm from. So honestly, most of my recruiting went through Twitter, and that's how I got in touch with NDSU. I liked one of their 5-time national championship posts, and thankfully a coach got in touch with me, he DM'd me, and from there it just took off.
Best of luck to Lane as he moves into the Bison program. We'll preview this Illinois State matchup. Stay with us. Well, Brock Spack can coach football. Illinois State is always a tough team. They've had an up-and-down year, but they're still a good team that has shown they have a pretty good A game. Yeah, they really do. They have great defense, explosive offensively, and it's at Illinois State, always a tough place to play. We haven't been there since 2012. New stadium renovations will be a tough game. It's a noon game, too, and there's a ton on the line. The Bison can win the Missouri Valley outright. That is a very tough thing to do, so a ton on the line. It's going to be a fun week. The Bison are 9-1. Enjoy it, everybody. We'll see you next week.